Right now, you are standing on the safest place in the entire solar system and you don't even know it. The ground is solid, the air is breathable. The temperature won't cook you or freeze you, but take one step off this little blue world and the neighborhood turns deadly. The solar system is not a calm place. It is a gallery of the most hostile locations imaginable. Furnaces hot enough to melt lead, radiation that kills in hours, pressure that crushes solid steel, places so violent that our toughest machines die in minutes. So today, we're taking a tour from bad to worse to absolutely lethal. 7 of the deadliest places humans have ever pointed a camera at, and we're ranking every one. Stay with me, because number 1 is a place we visit on purpose, and it is a star. Let's begin the countdown. Number 7, the closest planet to the Sun, Mercury. Mercury is a scorched ball of rock with barely any atmosphere to shield it. On the sunlit side, the ground roasts at 430 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. You'd think the heat is the whole danger. But Mercury saves a crueler trick for the dark. With no air to trap warmth, the instant the sun sets, all that heat escapes into space. The night side crashes down to minus 180 degrees Celsius. That's a swing of 600 degrees, the most extreme of any planet in the solar system. Step from sunlight into shadow, and you'd go from a furnace to a deep freeze in a single stride. You would be cooked and frozen, sometimes on opposite sides of the same body. And Mercury is only number 7. From here, the list gets so much worse, because the next place isn't a planet at all. It's an invisible minefield you never see coming, spread across millions of kilometers. Number 6. The debris. Space looks empty, but it's secretly full of flying bullets. Movies show the asteroid belt as a thick wall of tumbling rocks you have to dodge. That's actually a myth. The real belt is mostly vast, lonely emptiness. It's rocks millions of kilometers apart. You could fly straight through it and never come close to hitting a thing. The real danger isn't the big rocks you can see, it's the tiny ones you can't. Micrometeoroids, specks smaller than a grain of sand, moving faster than any bullet. At those speeds, a single fleck can strike your suit with the force of a rifle round. And around planets like Saturn, countless specks gather into vast, churning rings built from icy chunks, from tiny grains to flying mountains, all orbiting at incredible speed. It's a shooting gallery with no floor and no walls, and the bullets are invisible, random, and unstoppable. But at least debris leaves your survival to luck. The next place doesn't. It kills everything we send, every single time. Number 5. The most hostile surface humanity has ever touched. Venus. From far away, Venus looks like Earth's twin. Same size, same rocky body, right next door. Get closer, and the twin becomes a monster wrapped in thick clouds of sulfuric acid. The air is literally poison, and it's crushingly, impossibly heavy. The pressure at the surface is over 90 times Earth's, like sitting 900 meters underwater. That pressure alone would crush you the way the deep ocean crushes a submarine. And somehow, the heat is even worse than the pressure. The surface sits at 465 degrees Celsius everywhere, all the time. Hot enough to melt lead, with no night and no cool spots. An oven that never, ever turns off. We know exactly how deadly Venus is because we've tried to land on it. In 1982, the Soviet probe Venera 13 touched down and began snapping photos. It sent home the first color pictures from another planet's surface, then Venus destroyed it. Our toughest machine lasted 127 minutes, just over 2 hours. Picture stepping out there yourself. You would be crushed, boiled, and poisoned before you could scream. Our best probe survived 2 hours. You'd last seconds. So subscribe because it only gets worse from here. Number 4. And this one is hiding right above your head at this very moment. Earth's magnetic field is a shield that wraps our planet and blocks radiation from space. But that shield has a dark side. It doesn't only block radiation, it traps it. 2 giant rings of trapped high-energy particles circle the Earth, the Van Allen belts. They were discovered in 1958 by the very first American satellite, Explorer 1. The inner belt is packed with protons. The outer one swarms with what scientists call killer electrons. Fly through them slowly, and the radiation could leave a person violently, dangerously sick. This is the moat every single moon mission had to cross, Apollo included. The astronauts survived by punching through the thinnest part as fast as they possibly could. A carefully planned dash to cross a ring of radiation wrapped around our own home. And if that's what circles the Earth, imagine what's waiting out at the giant planets. Number 3. a small moon orbiting Jupiter and the most volcanic world in the solar system. Io is barely larger than our own moon, but it is anything but dead and quiet. Its surface is covered in hundreds of active volcanoes, all erupting at the same time. Fountains of lava blast dozens of kilometers upward, higher than any mountain on Earth. And this lava is hotter than anything our own planet can make today. Io's eruptions can reach 1700 degrees Celsius, a glowing white river of liquid rock. Why is one little moon so violent? Because Jupiter is slowly squeezing it to death. Jupiter's gravity flexes Io like a stress ball, over and over, until its insides melt. Its largest lava lake, called Loki, is 200 kilometers wide and constantly turning over. And as if rivers of lava weren't enough, Io sits inside a zone of killing radiation. Stand on its surface and you'd soak up a lethal dose of radiation in minutes. Fire below you, invisible poison all around you, and nowhere on the whole moon is safe. Which of these places would you least want to visit? Tell me in the comments, because number 2 is the source of that radiation. Number 2, the largest planet in the solar system, and a machine built to destroy Jupiter. Jupiter's deadliest weapon isn't its storms or its size. It's a killer you can't see at all. Jupiter has a magnetic field around 20,000 times stronger than Earth's. That field grabs particles and whips them into a radiation belt of unimaginable power near Io. That radiation would hit an astronaut with about 36 sieverts a day. A dose of just 5 sieverts spread over a few days is enough to kill a person. Jupiter delivers 7 times that every single day. You would die in a matter of hours. It's so violent it shreds spacecraft. Our probes start to fry just flying past it. So when NASA built the Juno probe, they gave it a suit of armor, a vault of solid titanium wrapped around its electronics to hold the radiation off as long as possible. Even armored, Juno is slowly dying, soaking up millions of times a lethal human dose. Here's the pattern you may have noticed. Nowhere out here is just a little dangerous. Every place on this list kills you completely, and number 1 is the worst of them all. Number 1. The most dangerous place in the solar system is also the reason we exist, the Sun. Every place we've seen is deadly. The Sun is deadly on a scale that breaks the mind. It's a ball of plasma so vast you could pour over 1 million Earths inside it. Its surface burns at about 5,500 degrees Celsius, and that's the cool part. Above the surface, the Sun's outer atmosphere, the corona, reaches millions of degrees. Strangely, nobody fully knows why the corona is hundreds of times hotter than the surface below. And the Sun doesn't stay in its lane. It reaches out and attacks across the whole solar system. It fires solar flares, single explosions releasing the energy of billions of nuclear bombs. It hurls billion-ton clouds of plasma into space at millions of kilometers an hour. In 1859, one such storm hit Earth and set telegraph wires sparking and burning. A storm that size today could knock out power grids and satellites across the entire planet. This is the same star that grows every plant and warms every ocean you have ever known. The thing that gives us life could erase the Earth without even noticing we were here. It is beautiful, essential, and completely lethal all at the same time. And unbelievably, we have flown a machine straight into its deadly outer atmosphere. It's called the Parker Solar Probe, the bravest machine humanity has ever built. Launched in 2018, it flies closer to the Sun than anything in history. It dives to within about 6 million kilometers of the surface, straight through the corona. It moves so fast it could cross the entire United States in roughly 20 seconds. 430,000 miles an hour, the fastest object human hands have ever made. The face pointed at the Sun heats up to around 1,400 degrees Celsius. Hot enough to melt steel, yet its instruments sit quietly at comfortable room temperature. The secret is a shield of carbon foam only about 11 centimeters thick. A thin slab of foam is the one thing between our robot and being vaporized. It's the ultimate survival machine, kissing the deadliest place that exists and living to send it home. So we've reached number 1. Now here's the thought I really want to leave you with. We just toured 7 of the deadliest places in existence. Now look back at where you're sitting. Every one of those worlds would kill you in minutes, in seconds, or the instant you touched it. Too hot, too cold, crushing pressure, killing radiation, rivers of lava, endless flying bullets. And then there's Earth, the one place in the whole system that isn't trying to kill you. Close your eyes for a second. Feel the easy air, the gentle warmth, the solid ground beneath you. The right temperature, breathable air, a magnetic shield, and liquid water all at once. We didn't earn any of it. We simply appeared on the single safe rock in a deadly neighborhood. Astronauts who see the whole Earth from space all describe the same overwhelming feeling, a tiny, fragile blue drop of life, surrounded on every side by things built to destroy it. They call it the overview effect, and it quietly changes people forever. You are riding through the most dangerous place imaginable, perfectly safe, without even noticing, on a rock that carries everything you have ever loved, through a solar system that would erase all of it in an instant. So here's what I want you to do tonight. When you step outside and look up, find a bright star or the tiny dot of a planet, and really let this sink in. Every single one of those points of light is a place that would kill you in a heartbeat. Venus would crush you. Jupiter would fry you. The sun would vaporize you without a thought. And there you are, standing on the grass, breathing freely, warm, and completely safe. Not because space is gentle. Space is the most hostile place we have ever found, but because you were born on the one rock that guards you from all of it. The ground under your feet is a quiet miracle you've been ignoring your entire life. So tonight, give a small, silent thanks to the safest rock in the solar system, the one you happen to be standing on right now. If this changed how you see your own backyard, you'll want to see where we go next. Next time, I'll take you to the one place out here that might actually keep a human alive. And it's a lot closer and a lot stranger than you'd ever expect.